The hardest thing about the season getting canceled was that we already knew that it was going to get canceled. It was just the question of when the GSC was going to make the decision to cancel all spring sports. So when Coach told us that, it just, the weight of the world fell on me, and I'm sure it fell on the rest of my team, the rest of my teammates that were seniors also. All I knew to do was cry. My name is Lacey Crandall, and I'm a senior catcher for the VSU softball team. So a few days prior to our season getting canceled, the NCAA posted an announcement that the Ivy Leagues were effectively canceling their athletic seasons. So that was it was a big shock, just because it kind of set the tone for the next few weeks. So fast forward a couple days to that Friday, we were scheduled to play Union University that weekend in Tennessee. So the day that we were supposed to leave, my dad had texted me a few hours before we left and told me that Rollins had canceled their season. And we were supposed to play Rollins that following Wednesday, so it kind of made me think, like, if the Sunshine State Conference is canceling their season, then why hasn't the GSC canceled yet? So a couple hours later, we get on the bus to go to Union, and I was scrolling through Twitter, and I saw that the SEC had canceled their championships for 2020. And then the Women's College World Series was completely canceled. And it was just like, well, when's it going to happen to us? And we didn't get as far as Tifton before Coach stood up, and he was like, we're turning around, and he was like, we'll talk about it when we get back.
On the bus, when the team found out, Coach Massera got a phone call from our AD, and just from the tone of his voice, I knew that we was going to be asked to turn the bus around. Thomas stood up and announced to the girls that at this time, the season is postponed, because nobody really had any information. But the atmosphere on the bus was pretty bad. And, nobody knew what the future was going to hold. Even the freshmen, everybody on the bus was upset because they didn't know what the future was going to hold. So yeah, it was a scary time for them, and it was a tough time for us, to have a team like we had this year and have a season like we had going on, and for it to end the way it ended was not good for anybody,
When Coach stood up on the bus and he told us that we were turning around and going back to VSU, I don't even have any words to describe how it felt. The main reason that I was so upset when they told us that the season was over was because of my dad. We played Albany State that Wednesday or Thursday before we left for Tennessee, and he didn't get to come to the game because it was a midweek game, so he had to work. And all I could think was that my dad wasn't even there. Oh, shit. All I could think was that I really did not spend the last 14 years of my life playing softball, and my dad missed my last game ever. It broke my heart.
One thing a lot of people don't know about Lacey is her true love for this game and what she done this year with her college schedule to be able to play this year shows a lot of that.
Before the season started, my family, they told me that this year was my bonus year because it was my 5th year. So I decided at the beginning of this season that I was playing for my team, but I was playing for my family.
Another thing people may not realize about her is how much she loves this team. Lacey has commented to me many a times that this team this year, that how well they got along on the field as well as off the field. And Lacey truly believed this team was going to go a very long way in the postseason.
Oh, that's gone. That's out of here. Yeah! That's gone.
My sixth year is there's no going back, man. There's no fucking going back. My 6th year is for them. It's for my team. It's for me.